How's it going, guys? Welcome to my review on Overwatch. Just came out May 23rd at 6 o'clock. I was waiting for it to come out, and the servers went live at 6 o'clock. And now it should be on the 24th. It should be available in stores, so you guys can go check it out. Before I get into this, I'm just going to tell you I'm very biased to this game. I played it during open beta, and this game is now the record for the most played game during its beta, so it has the highest. It had the most amount of players in beta history. So I'm very biased. I absolutely love this game, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm gonna give an honest review though. I'm not like sponsored by them or anything. Yeah, there's no way I'm sponsored by them. I have like 12 subscribers, so yeah. But anyways, so Overwatch is an FPS game that is strategy based, and there's different classes and roles and heroes, very much like TF2 and League of Legends if they had a child. I say League of Legends because they have different heroes and they have an ult, and each hero is different and has its different abilities and whatever. And I say like TF2 because it's very fast paced in certain areas, and it's very objective based, so if you don't play the objective, you're not going to do much. You're going to lose a lot of games and just kind of suck. So you really have to figure out what heroes you're going to use for that game and whatever. But it's a very fun game. It has a cartoon style, very, very, very good animations and graphics. It's made by Blizzard, so the performance is outstanding. World of Warcraft has amazing performance, Hearthstone has amazing performance, and both of which have great graphics. Hearthstone's a card game, but that doesn't matter. Has amazing graphics and effects. And the same goes for this game. Amazing graphics, outstanding performance. I have a beefy computer, but I'm sure a laptop, excuse me, a laptop would have no problem playing this game at 30 frames or higher, depending on what your specs are. It's just an outstanding game. So let's talk about the heroes. So there's support, damage, tank, defense, and that's, I believe, everything. Those are the different roles for the heroes. And I'm not exactly sure how many heroes there are. I probably should have looked that up before here, before this video, but whatever. But there's multiple different heroes. I think there's like 20 or something, some crazy shit. I think it's 21 actually. I don't know. Whatever. But anyways, a lot of these heroes counter each other really well. Like, let's say a Pharah and a Mei. If you've never played the game before, you don't understand this. But basically, Mei is it's hard to explain, but basically, the heroes counter each other very well. The only problem I have with this game, and the only complaint I have, and I would like to tell Blizzard, if I could, you know, really fix this, is the fact that there's multiple heroes that are very, very overpowered. Like Mei, for instance. Mei can freeze you with her main gun, and she freezes you in like 4 seconds or some shit like that, and then she can one-shot you with an icicle. So that's great. Her and Pharah have a very hard time fighting because Pharah can fly away from her and just nuke her from the skies, because Pharah has a jetpack. So it's very interesting to see different heroes fight each other because they counter each other very well. But again, there's some heroes that are very overpowered. Like, I think Winston got buffed since the release, which is interesting because he's a massive gorilla and just goes ape shit. That was punny. But Hanzo is very strong because he can one-shot you with a bow. Who else is very strong? Let's see. Bastion. Bastion needs to be nerfed because Bastion can nuke anyone in like 4 seconds. He can place a turret. Well, he turns into a turret and it's a minigun and just unloads hell on everything. So that's interesting. So yeah, there's a little bit of a balancing issue with the heroes, but it's nothing you can't get around, because the nice thing, if there's a hero that's really overpowered in your game, most likely there's a hero that you can play that will counter that. You never want to go into a game and say, I'm going to play, let's say, Genji, just because I like Genji. That's really not a good way to think about it, because depending on what side you're on, you could be defending or on offense. So you really want to watch out what you're on, and Genji's an offense player, and he's really good for, you know, pushing the objective, but also like flanking people and killing them from behind. And the tough thing is, you always want to try to counter the enemy team. So if they have a lot of tanks, it's kind of stupid, because there's troll teams in the game that will just be all tanks, and that's very hard to deal with. But you basically just want to pick the heroes that will counter their heroes as best as you can. You never want to just play someone because you know that's the only one you like. You want to get good at all of them and understand them. And I'm not saying I'm a pro at this game by any means. I played it during open beta every day. It was open, and I got to level 20, I think. So I'm not a pro or anything. I know all the heroes, and I know what they basically do. I'm not good at all of them, but I understand what they do. So it's very important to understand what everybody does and to counter that. But yeah, that's the heroes and the gameplay basically. There's multiple game modes and maps and just stuff like that. There's certain maps where there'll be like 3 or 4 rounds, and then each one is like a completely different area, which is fantastic, because then you don't really feel like you're playing in the same spot, which is really nice. And the maps are fantastically designed. I mean, they're just gorgeous. And if you really take the time, you'll find Easter eggs from World of Warcraft, Hearthstone, Diablo, all of those games. Here's the Storm in each one of the maps, which is always funny to find. You'll find Murlocs from World of Warcraft in certain maps and stuff like that. So it's always a fun thing to look for. And the maps are just absolutely gorgeous. And I mean, their design team and their artists, like, just bravo. Honestly, like, did fantastic. The game looks gorgeous, performs gorgeous, plays fantastically. And I mean, I couldn't recommend it more. And for, I mean, $50, I think it is. I don't know how much it is. When it was pre-ordered, it was like $40 for the normal version and $60 for the Origins edition. I bought the Origins edition just because why not? It's the normal price of a game when it comes out. But for $50, fantastic game. And honestly, I think it's better than most of the AAA games that are out right now, just because it's unique and it's not, you know, the same Call of Duty game over and over and over. It's different because, you know, you might get a different hero or something like that. And it's just always interesting. And let me tell you, when they release competitive, it's going to be even more fun, because then you're going to have a ranking system and all that stuff, and that'll just be fantastic. But yeah, if I had to give this game out of 10 a rank, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. Just because, and the only reason I'm not giving it a 10 is because of the balancing issue. It's not that big of an issue, and it's, you know, easy to go around, but it's just there, kind of, and it'd be nice to see it fixed. And I don't know, it's just not that big of an issue, so I give it a 9 out of 10. Fantastic game. I hope you guys like this video. I'm going to be making a lot more videos on Overwatch, and I can promise you that now that I graduated high school, I'm done with it. So I'll be able to make a lot more videos, and I really like this game, and I hope you guys stick around for more Overwatch videos. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.